We're going to keep on with our solve by factoring. I'm going to show you one example just to remind you of what we did last week, and then I'm going to continue on with ones that are a little tiny bit more challenging. So let's look at our first example. So n squared minus 3n minus 40 equals 0. This one's already set equal to 0. Since it's already set equal to 0, we do our factoring, and what we keep in mind is the fact that this is 40 and it's a negative 40. We're thinking about two numbers that multiply to 40 and subtract to 3. So I put down my list of numbers that multiply to 40. Reminder, because it's negative, I'm looking for subtraction. Because it's negative 3, I know I need the 5 and the 8. I'm going to make the 8 negative, and I'm going to make the 5 positive. And then I just set each of these equal to 0. And this is the stuff that we did last week that you guys all did a really good job with. Add 8 to both sides. Subtract 5 from both sides. And you have your two answers, 8 and negative 5. So let's look at our next example. So if we had something like this, v squared minus 3v minus 28 equals 12. In this case, we don't have 0 on this side, so we want to get 0 on that side. To do that, all we're going to do is subtract 12 from both sides. That's going to accomplish our goal in getting the one side equal to 0, which we talked about in the last videos. The major purpose for that is because when you do multiplication, if you're multiplying numbers together and any of those numbers is 0, you know you're going to get 0 as your final result. So in this case, we want to get to this point. Well, this is pretty much the same question we just did then. We're still looking for two numbers that multiply to 40, and we're still looking for them to subtract to negative 3. So this question and the question we did previously end up being the exact same question. They just looked a little bit different because it wasn't set equal to 0. But once I get to this point, I follow all the exact same steps. Oops. Take that back. Add 8 to both sides. V equals 8. Subtract 5 from both sides. And V equals negative 5. And I have my two solutions. Again, the initial question looked a little bit different. This right here definitely looked like a different problem. But once we isolated and got 0 on the right-hand side, it ended up becoming the same question we just did. Let's check out one more. So we have x squared minus 6x plus 32 equals 4x plus 8. In this case, we have a lot going on this side. There's a 4x and an 8. That's okay. Subtract 4x from both sides. That's going to make that part 0. Subtract 8 from both sides. It's going to make that part 0. And now I end up with negative 6 minus 4 is negative 10x. 32 minus 8 is positive 24. But the key is the right-hand side is 0. Now I factor the same way I did before. All my factors of 24. Since it's positive, I'm going to think about adding here. Since it's positive, I want the 4 and the 6. So I go x and 4, x and 6. Since I want negative 10, I want these both to be negative signs. And then I set them equal to 0. So it's the same kind of thing that we did so far. It's just adding a tiny little step in there. So x equals 4 is one of my answers. And x equals 6 is my other answer. Try the practice questions, and then let me know what you're thinking. Have a great day.